It's only after you reach the top do you realize you've reached the peak. It's such a dumb quote that I have no idea where I read it from or if I just made it up. But if I did make it up, it's not dumb, because it's the only way I can describe how I feel after rewatching Chainsaw Man. But dubbed. Chainsaw Man is the anime for film lovers. It really shows the appreciation and love Tatsuki Fujimoto has for movies and goes way deeper than just the opening that's packed full of movie references. It's also a masterclass on filmmaking. Like, there's different ways to make animation, but this isn't just animation, it's cinemation. Even from the very first episode, I felt like when Bambi was walking for the first time, but I was seeing colors for the first time. And the vibe it gave felt almost completely in contrast to the manga. And it's been a while since an anime adaptation has felt like a completely new experience for the same story. And I thought I was having an experience watching this amazing anime until I hit episode 8. You know that one moment, for a very brief moment, you are on autopilot and you are zoning out while doing something, but you realize you're zoning out doing something, and then you snap yourself out of it. It's like, yo, I gotta lock in, I'm doing something. Yeah, that's what episode 8 felt like. It told me to lock in because what I thought I was doing wasn't what I was doing. I wasn't watching the anime the way it was meant to be watched. I was watching the anime the same way I breathe, no thought whatsoever. It really opened my eyes and keep game at the detail that this anime was thrown at me, but I didn't notice because I wasn't using 100% of my eyes. This was the episode that made me do something I haven't done in a very long time. Watch it in dub, and I don't regret it. Best decision I ever made. If you've been this far into the video, maybe drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video so far, because I was blind, but now I see. In this episode, I was more locked in than I ever was for the previous ones. There was something about this episode that just drew me in, like the cartoonish way of being drawn to the smell of a pie. I don't know if it was the non-exaggerated portrayal of a drunk stumbling to their home, showing a more real drunk than the cliche we are all used to in anime. Or the tone of the episode where you can immediately notice it's a bit different compared to the previous ones. And the sounds are more focused, like it randomly became a slice of life series. The tone of the episode is slowed down to the point it makes you focus more on each action of what each character is doing, what they're doing, and why. The entire time I felt like this was bait for a jump scare, where at any minute something or someone is going to come crashing through the scene and ramp up the pace again, completely shattering the moment, the calm before the storm, making you think this is the moment where all hell breaks loose and shit is about to get real. It does, but not in the way that I thought, or in the way anyone could have seen coming the way that it did. But it all started from the doorknob, where I just knew something was different. Talk about great supporting actor. The doorknob set the tone for the whole apartment scene. The focus on the doorknob, the sound of what's going on in the apartment, like Himeno showering or her humming, was something I immediately clocked in my head that, whoa, this is new. This is something I would see in a movie, where the camera would slowly pan out and switch to different scenes with the focus on the environment, like the windows or the lights. And this is being done through animation. The episode is paced in a way you could even describe it to a blind man, with full details and in real time. It would be like they weren't blind at all. But the entire episode woke up a memory in me. A memory of seeing scenes like this from movies I have seen, but never from an anime. Like the shot of the top-down perspective with a ceiling fan with Denji not being in full view, or the mirror being used for a quick perspective change. The closest thing I can think of that might have something similar or close to it, just off the top of my head, would be something like Blade Runner or Fight Club. Just like how the doorknob scene would remind me of movies like Inception or The Shining, where sometimes the primary focus is on things or the environment. And it was only after all of this that I knew I need to lock in to watch this show, and I mean really watch it. This was the episode and anime that finally made me watch anime and dub again. It brought me back. I see the vision now. Watching the dub didn't just give my eyes less work, it just made me use them differently. I could actually see the cinematography, the framing, the way light tells the story. It turned the anime into a film. As I restart my watch from the very first episode, say what you want about me, like I'm slow or I can't multitask, but I really start to see and appreciate the things I didn't pay attention to the first time around. From episode 1, I didn't see what they were cooking with the colors, from how the color of the sun bleeds into the shack Denji is sleeping in, but just enough to cover the floor it's aiming at, but not the entire shack. This color grading is not just in the trees, the skin, or the setting, but in every moment and movement. It feels as if it's a live action that's been made into an animation. Like when seeing the first devil, the tomato devil, most of the color scheme is red, with even the eyes, the white part, is also shaded with a bit of red. Or how in just one episode, it shows 6 different daylight, like early morning, peak dusk, and cloudy dusk, all for a different atmosphere. And that's thanks to Naomi Nakana, who some people call Mappa's color whisperer.
I am the whisperer.
Their color design really makes each moment or scene stand out in importance to the show when you also learn about the meaning of color, especially with colors like red, orange, and yellow. Orange, not only for sunset or sunrise, but also linked with concepts of a new day like warmth, friendship, sociability, and in general to memory or nostalgia. Red, for intense and uncontrollable feelings, love, violence, danger, rage, sexual, or ambition of power. And then yellow, a contradictory color where depending on the context can mean different things. It could be madness or illness, insecurity or obsession, but also innocent or peaceful or idyllic. And that's part of color design and the meaning of colors. And if you look at the way the sun hits a character's face, the deepness of blood, the dim hotel lighting that for me, which immediately reminded of the movie 1408, where most of the movie, while in the hotel, there was always only one color setting for most of the hotel, which might be because of all the lights they had on. Like damn, there was never one light in one shot. Or like in the Matrix when characters would get plugged in versus the colors of real life. While there was always a tint of green in the Matrix, they didn't really notice. And then in the real world, it was always such a dull palette of colors. Every color is a lot deeper than you think, where every hue is like a conversation without talking. Then there's Tepe Ito, the director of photography or cinematography, something I did not expect to see in the anime credits. But in hindsight, it makes total sense, like duh, of course they would have that. The DP is the person who is skilled in the art of motion pictures. This is the part of the process where they bring a moment to life with lighting, camera angles, shot composition, etc. to visually tell a story. You can see this in movies, especially in standout movies like Inception or Blade Runner 2049, showing scenes that look amazing even as just a screenshot or a panoramic shot, or a cinematic moment that to truly express the scene in one word. Or, with anime examples, it would be like shows like the Monogatari series or the Fate series, which just adds to the moment with details like color grading and visual atmosphere added into the mix. You see in the overhead shots of the car drives, the closed off but dimly lit alley where Genji kills the devil for the first time, or in moments where Makima has the background lighting with her, but almost never on her, or her mostly standing or sitting in the dark, away from where the light doesn't shine through. Like how whenever Makima is on screen, compared to everybody else, even on the same scene, there's always this uncomfortable feeling when seeing her. Like something is off. Like she doesn't fit. These moments really show how impactful a moment can be made even harder with just some lighting, camera, and color. Now it's time to end the glazing here because I fell down a rabbit hole trying to dive into the anime credits of the people who made Chainsaw Man possible. And I would be here all day. So major props to the team like the DP Tepe Eto, the color design Naomi Nakana, and of course the entire staff. They all played a part in bringing Chainsaw Manga to life. So yeah, For me, it's only after I rewatched it that I realized what I missed the first time. Chainsaw Man wasn't the same anime I watched before. It was a film I hadn't learned how to see yet. This is an anime that you need to watch, and I mean really watching. And watching is not enough. Make that score 1 for dub watchers.